Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Dratnos' Challenge Spotlight for the Tree Spirit. Now, a few of you have sent this in, and it's a very cool challenge. Super duper cool. Probably one of the coolest I've seen. So first off, credit for this challenge. It was created by Cthulhu725 and is now maintained by Lilariel. So the idea is you become a tree. What you do is you find a tree, and you can't move away from your tree once you get it started. So you harvest everything from that tree, and then you hop on the bottom piece. You don't harvest the bottom log. That becomes your heartwood. If that ever gets destroyed, you lose. And then you can't move away from your tree. You have to build like roots out by using the logs you get from your tree. You can't use logs or saplings from any other tree. You have to burn them down into something that's dead. So basically, log blocks are alive, and anything else is a dead block. And your tree is made out of log blocks. Basically, and you always have to be within one block of your tree, except if you're going to collect drops. So if you destroy a block from standing on your tree, and then you can go and collect it. But otherwise, you're not allowed to leave your tree, which is very cool. You're allowed to jump, yes, and you're allowed to modify the rules a little bit, as with most challenges. So you begin the challenge in a new world using any seed you like. Or if you want to play in your main world, you have to drop everything you have into a chest and run as far into the wilderness as you can without picking up anything. So basically the idea is you try to start off like completely fresh, like you've just washed up on a beach. You pick a single tree of any type in any area and harvest all the saplings and logs from it, except for the bottom log, which will become your heart log. If you're extremely unlucky and the tree drops no saplings at all, which means you pretty much are dead, you have to you can either go get saplings from a nearby tree, one or more saplings, one actually, you're only allowed to get one if your tree doesn't drop any, or you have to pick a new tree and dump everything that you just got. And so then once you're ready, once you've got some saplings and you've harvested a tree, you have to hop onto your heart log, your bottom log of that tree, and then the challenge actually begins from that point. From then on, you cannot move away from your tree. You cannot dig or mine blocks or items unless you are standing on or directly next to either a log or leaves directly connected to your heart log through other logs. Pretend that at all times you need to be able to reach out an arm and touch a log or leaf belonging to your tree, whether the log is above, under, or besides you. This includes killing animals as well. You can't run off your tree to go hunting. You can, however, leave the log for a few seconds to pick up fallen blocks, but only to collect the items, not to mine or travel further away. And since it's a common question, jumping is allowed. You can chop other trees down, but you cannot use wood from a tree that is not the offspring of the first sapling you harvested. So basically, whenever you plant saplings from your tree, and they grow, that becomes part of your tree. And you can use those wood, and you can chop them down, and that becomes part of that's your tree. But any other tree that you chop down, you have to turn their things into sticks, charcoal, planks, anything that's dead. Basically, logs are alive, everything else is dead. Whew, okay, and you can build with any dead materials you like, but you remember you're building a tree, not a castle, so don't, like, build walls or something unless you're, that's what you've decided to do, but it's better to kind of go with, your natural tree-y theme. You should play on at least easy or normal difficulty, because peaceful removes a large aspect of the challenge, and also removes bone meal, which you're gonna need, in order to do the challenge properly. And you can always replace your heart log with a more distinguishable block, like glowstone, any kind of fragile block, wool, glass. Glowstone's the most popular, but you can't put, like, obsidian there, because it needs to be fragile and easily destroyed, in order, like, if a creeper blows up next to it, it needs to explode, is basically the idea. There are some optional challenges you can do. Hardcore mode, which is basically hardcore. If you die a single time, the challenge is lost. And there's another challenge is to build a furnace inside your tree, or a fireplace, not a furnace. It's risky, but it's possible, apparently. And if you do it right, you'll be able to actually get a fireplace inside your tree. I don't actually get very far in the challenge in this brief bit of footage of it that I show you. And for those of you that have been asking me on my last one to actually do a full playthrough of each challenge, that's not what these are about. This is about spotlighting the challenge and telling you how to play it yourself, and showing you a little bit of the first, like, hour of gameplay of it, maybe, or first, like, 40 minutes, sped up into a nice little viewer-consumable portion. And the third optional challenge is to reach the nether. So in order to do that, you have to make a portal, and then you grow roots through the portal by putting your roots all around the portal, and then you can expand your tree into the nether itself. But be careful, because if your root burns down, like, halfway between where you are and the nether portal, then you're in trouble, because you're no longer connected to your heartwood, and that would be bad. There are some tips and tricks that are included in this forum post. I'm reading out this forum post for you. It's a lot of what this challenge is about, and then I'll give you a little bit of my thoughts at the end. The first week can be very hard to survive, even on easy, especially if you do it in character and don't build any sort of walls. Dirt is going to be a very valuable material because you can obviously get a lot within range of your first area. The sun is useful. It's a good idea to use the sun and to make sure that you can gather some, like have a bit of roots that you can drop so you can go and gather the requisite stuff during daytime, like bones from dead skeletons and stuff. You can use fences to make good windows in place of glass. And it's cool if you try and make everything out of wood, because then that's more in character of your being a tree. Any kind of fire is dangerous, so it's a good idea if you're building, like, far away from your heart log to have water breaks along the way, so you don't lose, so that the fire doesn't race back and kill your heart log while you're away. And so you can do pretty cool ways of actually having, like, water cross your roots at every few blocks or so in order to keep it safe. That's a good thing to think about. Also, building a fishing rod is a good idea so that you can pull mobs back to you and stuff, and sheep if they're out of your range, and you don't have any roots to drop. So you can see here I'm trying to build myself a little quarry, and I'm allowed to actually go and grab that, this is sped up, so you can't see that, but you could see earlier that I built a little quarry, and I moved to grab the various blocks as they dropped, because you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to, if you can mine it from where your tree is, you can then go grab it wherever it drops. And I think with mobs, if they die anywhere within, like, reasonable walking range, you're allowed to go grab those as well. That's how I interpreted the rules. They're a bit fuzzy on that, but that seems the most fair to me. Anyways, so that was the tree challenge. Let me go ahead and give you my thoughts of it. I think this challenge is probably one of the most professional and awesome that I've ever seen. There's so much cool stuff you can do with it. And it's very much like scaling difficulty. Like, if you just decide to, like, go completely tree and just build, like, a tree the whole time, like a giant tree, you're gonna have a much harder time than if you let yourself build, like, walls and stuff like that. And if you let yourself jump off of, like, depending on how much leeway you give yourself with all the, like, optional challenges and stuff, trying to get to the nether, playing on hardcore, all those kind of things, this challenge is something that if you do it on, like, that you can have so much fun with kind of any level of Minecraft skill. It's a great little way to break away from the regular way of playing Minecraft, and I highly recommend giving this challenge a go. If you're interested in doing this challenge in Technic Pack, it seems like it would work pretty easily that way. You build yourself a tree, and then you'd have, like, Technic stuff going on there as well, if you're interested in doing this with mods. What I wouldn't recommend using is the Decapitator mod at all, because that seems like, in this particular challenge, that defeats the purpose of the mod, which is, you know, this whole, like, tree cutting down thing, and you can only destroy the blocks that you can reach. Normally, I don't have a problem with Decapitator, but in this case, I would, if you're using the Technic Pack, I'd disable Decapitator if you're going to try and play this challenge. Right, so this has been the Tree Spirit Challenge. There'll be a link in the description below to the forum post for it. Thank you, everybody who sent this challenge to me to do. You can also get, if you're interested, there are texture packs that are suggested texture packs. There's also servers that you can join where they're playing this challenge exclusively. And you can also, there are skins you can download if you're interested in looking like a tree, and having, like, leaves around your head. And yeah, that's the Tree Spirit. That's the Tree Spirit Challenge. My name has been Dratnos. I'd appreciate it if you could like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and send in ideas for the next Spotlight. I will spotlight a mod, I will spotlight a map, and I will spotlight a challenge. Well, I won't spotlight all of them at the same time, but I should have used OR. The OR operator would have been better. I will spotlight mods, maps, or challenges each week. Those will come out every Saturday. And I'd appreciate it if you could send me in any cool challenges, mods, or maps that you have heard about. Not ones that I've already played, of course, but anything like that would be super awesome. You can either send it to me by a YouTube PM, or to my email, dratnos@gmail.com, or you can just leave it as a comment and then upvote other challenges that you like in the comments, and I'll look at the top few comments. I try to read all my comments, but that's becoming harder and harder as more and more of you are commenting. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. My name has been Dratnos. I'd appreciate it if you could like, favorite, comment, subscribe. I have a feeling I already said that one, actually. I feel like I already said that, so if I already said that, I'm sorry. And goodbye.